Hi, I'm Mihir Bhattacharya. I'm an assistant professor in the economics department. And in this short video, I will talk about the course Mathematics for Liberal Arts, which I'm offering in Monsoon 2021. And the detailed outline is available on request. If you want to know the full outline or the textbook that I will be using for this course, you can drop in an email at mihir.bhattacharya@ashoka.edu.in, and you can find the email on the website as well, on the Ashoka web page. Um, so the basic outline of the course will teach you a lot of these basic tools in mathematics, like set theory, probability, um, statistics, other concepts from statistics, measures of central tendency, um, graph theory, a little bit of graph theory, and a lot of other concepts like logic and reasoning, and just basic problem solving and estimating the value of different parameters in a given problem. So there will be a lot of applications when we discuss each of these concepts. But of course, since I'm from economics background, most of these examples will be um, from that perspective, from that context. So just to give you one small example of an application of mathematical thinking is the fair division model, which we will discuss, which will be one of the chapters from the textbook, and we will discuss it in more detail. The idea is that there is a resource which is a scarce resource, and it has to be distributed among n agents, and so we start with a simple model with just two players, and so the idea is that the good should be divisible, right? Either it is one good which is divisible, good or resource, whatever it is, it has to be divisible, or it could be a bunch of goods which have to be divided into two sets, right? Which can be subdivided into two smaller sets so that the players can choose from that, right? So what does it mean to be fair in this setting? Well, what it means is that both the players should feel that whatever they have received at the end of the division, whatever we decide to give them or whatever algorithm we define, uh, and whatever they end up with, they should feel that we have been fair to them, or they feel that whatever uh, subset of the resource they have, or piece of the good that they have, uh, is at least half the valuation of the whole good, right? So they should feel that they have at least received um, half of that valuation. So one way to divide it in a fair way is to um toss a coin first, and decide who player one and player two would be, right? So there are two players. Of course, you need to decide who will be player one and who will be player two. Once that is decided in equal probability, we can then we ask player one to divide the resource or the bunch of goods that we have into two equal portions. And so we'll discuss why they will divide it equally. Okay, suppose that is the first stage, and that is if once that is completed, the second player, player two, will decide which part of that resource to take. Okay, so player one cuts the resource, or in the example of the cake cutting example, you can also imagine the same resource to be just a cake, and it is being divided into two pieces. So player one cuts the cake, and player two chooses which portion of the cake to pick, and um, so that is the process, that is the procedure. And so whatever is the remaining part of that resource which player 2 has not picked, that goes to player 1. So as a result of this procedure or algorithm, we end up with player 1 having one part of that resource, and the player 2 um, choosing the resource, the part of the resource that he or she wants to keep. So just to study this method, you have to first look at what are the incentives of player one, right? Think about player one. The first difficulty that he or she has is to divide the resource equally. And first you have to convince yourself, why would he or she divide the resource equally? Well, if she does not divide the resource equally, then player 2 in the next stage may pick the piece which player 1 values more, right? So if player 1 does not divide the resource equally, then player 1 has that uncertainty that she may lose the more valuable piece. Therefore, player 1 has to be careful in dividing the piece equally in a fair way, so that whatever piece is chosen by player 2 in the second stage, player 1 should be happy with the remaining one. And of course, you can see that player 2 has no incentive to pick the lower value piece, under the assumption that more is better. Player 2 will always pick whatever he or she feels is the higher value piece. Okay, so, and of course, if player 1 has divided it equally, then player 2 will just pick one of the pieces, and player 1 will be happy uh, with what he or she ends up with. So this is an example of studying a problem from a quantitative perspective, and and um, discussing the incentives of the players and what are the strategies that they could have adopted, and of course we will discuss what are the implicit assumptions of these models. So like I said, the resource should be divisible. What happens if the resource was a car, for example, which cannot be divided, which cannot be cut into two pieces? So if it's the example of two siblings deciding who gets to take out the car, then in those settings you need to think about the resource in a different way. Then you need to define maybe the number of days on which each sibling can take out the car. That becomes a resource. So the number of days becomes the resource, and then you have to divide. You give them the task of dividing the days of the week into two portions, and then they get to choose. So again, there are a lot of assumptions with every model, and that is what you will see throughout the course, that all these quantitative tools that we are going to discuss will be applied to different settings, from economics, political science, urban planning, and what are the assumptions under which we can study them, so that these models can be reduced to their structural and logical components, so that we can analyze them quantitatively or mathematically. So that will be the basic idea behind this course. Of course, if you have more questions, feel free to drop in an email at mihir.bhattacharya@ashoka.edu.in, and I'd be happy to share the course material with you, or the readings in advance if you're interested. So do let me know. Thanks and take care. Bye.